Okay, we'll see if it goes. It's not. There it goes. Okay. Hey everybody, it is Margaret and welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. And in today's video, we're going to be sharing some secrets from some jewelry insiders. And these insiders are some friends that we have over in our jewelry group, Texas Gals Jewelry Lovers. If you are interested in starting to sell jewelry online, you're a beginner, you know a little bit, or you are an expert, we would love to have you come over and join our group. And what we do is we create a thread in the group where people can share their expertise or something that they've learned or something they've sold to help everybody else in the jewelry selling community to help up their game. And in our group, let's see, this is what the group looks like on Facebook. Again, we would love to have you where everybody is welcome, whether you are, like I say, a very newbie beginner, or you are a expert, because we know that there is value in everybody's learning style there. And also, what you may know, somebody else may not know. And so we really value that. So we've put out a thread in our group, Texas Gals Jewelry Lovers, to have everybody share something that they have read about, something they've sold, a bolo. So that's what this compilation video is going to be, all of the sharing from our group. And I don't know if I have it pulled up on here. Probably not. It'll take me a minute to pull up, but I'll show you the thread. But if you come over and join, then definitely keep an eye out for the thread to come and share something that you've learned, because it is all very valuable. Of course, I start and my kids are like, Mama! They've been so quiet until now, and here they come. Hang on one second. Yes, dear. 10 minutes, baby. Parenting. But hi, everybody in the chat. Oh, Mary, how are you? I thought Mary was a admin. Let's add moderator there. Boom. Hey, Debbie and Pamela, Madeline and Lucy. Hi, Mary. Yeah, and hey, like the gang's all here, right? Christine, all of our fun friends from Texas Gal Jewelry Lovers. All right, so let's jump in. So what I did, oh, I wish I had the thread so I could show you, but I can't, is I put it out there for everyone to share something. And it was originally titled Bolo, but I think we're going to change it up for the future if you want to participate again, because some people really did share, like, oh, I saw this really cool article about, a trend that's coming up, or, oh, I had this tip for, how to describe things. So I want to open it up to all of that because I thought that was really, really a lot of good information. So we will start. Let me get my things squared away. Hello, Buckeye Mom. Hi, 18R Bloom. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Hi, Tina. Thanks for coming. Oh, go hit the thumbs up button before we get started, too. All right, so I'm going to go through the thread, and then we're going to talk about it. So basically what I'll do is I'll share what our friends in the group shared, and if they have a social media presence, whether they're on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, then I'll share that as well. But then I like to kind of dive a little bit deeper and not just show what they shared, but kind of look into it a little more, like, is there something specific with this piece or something specific with this brand that we should really be looking for, just to get that knowledge back there, so when we're out looking for stuff, we have that in there. I like to get that out. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. So, where is my thing? Here we go. Okay, so Dia Mouse, hopefully I'm saying your name right, shared this. She says, I don't know how to, because we have a database of maker's marks in our group. So she said, I don't know how to add this to the database, but this is an older listing of mine that sold for $100. I almost didn't pick it up. It was 25 cents at a yard sale. I wanted to share this to help the people. Help, I should say, the people. I added the. Okay, so this is a Liz Palacios Piedras Swarovski ring. And she sold it. Isn't it gorgeous? She sold it on Poshmark, which I am still not up on Poshmark yet, but that's okay. I'll get there. So she shared this ring. And she said it sold for $100, so the item is sold. So I was like, okay, what was it about this ring that made it such a hot commodity, right? Well, so I thought, well, let me do a little digging. Now, also as a side note, I do look at eBay solds, but I don't go by them as a rule. And this ring is a perfect example of, if you or if she had gone by the eBay solds for this ring, she wouldn't have got this $100 price for this ring. So I look at a variety of different things, which I suggest you do as well. Okay, so here are the eBay, the eBay. So I put in Liz Palacios ring. There was a sold listing that they took a best offer for 24 or less. And a lot of the prices are not like that crazy high price. So what I would suggest if you're in this situation is, one, I always do like a Google search for the item to see kind of what else is out there and what prices people are asking. And also I check Etsy, and I'm not on Posh, but that's another place to look too. Well, when you look at Etsy and you look at the items that are up there, you can see that a lot of these, now these aren't sold, it's a little harder to find solds on Etsy, but a lot of these are listed for way higher than what I'm seeing even over on eBay. So, and then another thing to think of, which I'm sure she did because she sold this ring for $100, is to think about like the subject matter of what you've got. There are people that love these big cocktail rings. Somebody's in the chat, I know who you are. She likes big cocktail rings too. So there are people that are willing to pay up for this look. Like, oh my gosh, I need this big giant Swarovski crystal. You know what I mean? Yeah, thanks in the chat. Yeah, you see such a big range. It can be challenging. So sometimes taking a look at what you've got, taking a step back and saying, I see these solds over here for 20, 25, maybe even 9 or less. And you're like, oh, I think I got something special. You know what I mean? So you can't get that high price unless you put that high price on it. You can always come down. But once it's sold, you can't go up, you know? So, I mean, there's a few on here that are pretty high price. I mean, $20 for these little earrings, that's not too bad. So that's the first one. Thank you for sharing. Oh, these are pretty. Ooh. Oh, I think I have some I don't know that they're this brand, but I have some earrings that look similar to these like chandelier looking ones. I think mine are blue and I kept them. Anyway, I might need to get on Etsy because I'm doing eBay exclusives. If you're interested in getting on Etsy, I have a link down below where you can get 40 free listings to get you started. So you can do that because it's 20, unless they changed it, 25 cents a listing. Thank you guys. Okay, so there's that. So check different places. And then she has a YouTube channel called Immortal Hourglass. So make sure you go check it out. She's got 71 subscribers, so I think we can get over there and get her bumped up to 100. Let's give her the old Texas gal jewelry lovers bump and get her up to 100. Okay, next up, let me make sure I got all my things open over here. I'm on the wrong thing again. Okay, so Carolyn shared. Let me get down to here where I can read what I skipped it. Okay, so Carolyn shared vintage marcasite jewelry with garnets. These are much harder to find than the more common ones with amethyst. I actually have a really pretty marcasite ring with a garnet that my sister gave me. So, and it's true, I don't see them quite as much as I do with the amethyst. So let's take a look. Again, I'm looking on eBay, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. And generally when I'm doing my searches on eBay, when I look at the sold, I select buy it now, as you can see over here, because a lot of times things are sold on auction and the prices don't really reflect what the real value is. So, buy it now. I'm not sure, Laura. I think not. You have to start a new store. I've done that. So anyway, okay. So let's take a look at some of these that are here. These are sold. These are buy it now, and some of them the prices are higher than others of them. So here's a little cute frog, garnet pin, garnet and marcasite. And I see the ones that look more like vintage looking seem to look go for the higher prices as well. But again, some of these I still feel like if I had something that looked like that, I might be thinking, wow, I think I could get more than this on some of these. Oh, look at this. I guess it's a swallow. It says it's a sparrow. Maybe it's a sparrow. $50 for that brooch. That's really pretty. Like this one right here, vintage style. So maybe it's a reproduction vintage. But still, like, this is really pretty. That sold for $35. I probably would have asked for a lot more. Anyway, so there's that. And let's see, what else did I put up? Oh, I pulled up the amethyst one too. So a lot of times you will see the amethyst with the garnets as well. See, This is the thing. Like, if I had this ring, I might think about asking more than 35 bucks for it. So yeah, personally, that's just what I would do. Because I think I could get a better price. All right, so I guess this is more a lesson and don't always look at eBay solds for pricing. All right, next up, I am looking and I lost my other. Okay, oh no, I'm all right. Right, here we go. All right, so Carolyn also shared Agatha charms, and this is Agatha Paris. Okay, so Agatha charms for Agatha earrings are hidden gems for collectors, and they're hard to find. Small hoop earrings had a variety of charms that could be changed on the hoops, and sometimes they're marked, but not always. So these are, am I on the right page over here? Yes, okay. These are signed vintage charm earrings, 2 sets, gold, pierced, and frosted. So I guess she's talking about the little charm parts that hang from the earring, like so, like that. So this is selling 2 sets, and she sold for $47.55. This is a sold listing, $47.55, and you can see on there it's marked Agatha across there. So I'm wondering also, because I just noticed that part, is that is it just like if I found just the charm parts, would they sell by themselves? That's, you know, something to think about. Okay, so I looked over here, and I did just type in Agatha Paris jewelry, but we need to add the charms in there because that's what she was really specifying. So I didn't catch that till just now. But again, oh, I have the auctions on. Let's turn it to buy it now. Buy it now. Still 30 bucks on auctions are good for those. Let's see. Yeah, see, I think some of that could have gone for more. So I'm not seeing any more charms on here. Let's do Agatha earring charms. There we go. Hi, everybody. Sorry for saying hi to you in the chat. Well, those are some earring charms, but they're not the Agatha brand. I'm gonna have to do a little more digging. Sorry, guys, I misread that till just now, and I don't want to sit and dig. Pardon me. While we're live. Absolutely, Richard says. Hi everyone. One thing we need to remember is name. If you found a good name, even in costume, it can be serious money. This is totally true. Yeah. And also, I meant to mention this at the beginning of the video. We're going to be starting tutorials again where I used to do like a monthly theme in the group. And so November, we're starting up again. I'm not sure I can do it every single month, but I'm planning on doing it at least every other month. So there's a thread in the group that has like, you know, what would you like to learn? So we're going to do that. Oh no! Well, I have something for you in just a second. Okay, so next up, Shauna shared this. She said she sold this within hours of listing it. It's Monet, and she got it out of a Shop Goodwill lot. So many of us know, now that I'm in Austin, know that it's hard to find jewelry at Goodwills. Back in Houston, I had no problem, but here it's totally different. So Goodwill does have their auctions online, and they have lots of jewelry that you can buy. The one caveat I would put with that is that their shipping can be really expensive. I don't know if they've gotten better about it, but the last time I did it, the shipping was kind of outrageous. But there are places to find. There are places to find jewelry for sure. So she sold this for $60. Now let's go over and see, like, okay, so now what does that mean? Does that mean like anytime we see Monet, we like buy it up? Generally I do, but let's see what we find with sold listings on eBay. Again, grain of salt. I have it on sold, I have it on buy it now. So some pieces tend to do better than others. I mean, some are not. I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at, especially if you've got it, you know, in a lot or something like that. 25 bucks. This one is sort of this Egyptian collar. That's 50 bucks. That's awesome. So I think bigger like statement pieces, that one was really cool because of the multi-strand, which we're going to talk about in a second. Girl stuff. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Madeline. So another thing that I like to do is to look, because this is just sorted by ended recently. So I'm going to sort by highest price. So that tells us if it's sold for a lot of money, that maybe it's more what we should be looking for. So this is kind of runway modernist art deco. That set, look at this. Whoa. Couture Monet necklace. Some of them are in big lots, which, okay. But then there are some pieces, vintage Monet necklaces with dragons. So definitely, as you can see, some of these bigger, like, they look like runway type necklaces, or bigger statement pieces might be something to, oh yeah, yeah. You know, here's this whole like set with this enamel. So yeah, there's definitely some. Look at this. This looks almost just like the one that she sold for 60 bucks. Hang on. Look at that. The other one's a little bit longer, maybe, unless it's just a shorter. But they look very, very similar, don't they? Woo. Okay, maybe I shouldn't show this to her. Or maybe maybe they took a best offer of 60 bucks as well. There we go. Okay, so those necklace pieces that look heavier and big and like really like wow is something to think about. Okay. Oh, the lily pads, that's cute. Don't get me started. Okay, moving on. Or I'm going to sit here and like drool over jewelry. So next up, a friend, I'm going to say a friend till I find your name, over here. Patricia shared this article she read. And this, I love this because I'm always trying to keep on top of the trends that are coming up, not only for jewelry, but for, I'd sell on merch as well. So it's definitely good to keep on top of what kind of trends are coming up in fashion or anything really. So this article on what to wear was put out. You got to check a look at the date, October 17th, 2018. So it's relevant. It talks about charm bracelets. So the new trend is bringing back an old trend. So charm bracelets. So these are cute little enamel charms. And the ones I'm seeing here are more like the traditional charm bracelets, rather than the Pandora style where they're all on like a channel, like, I can't think of what they're called. They're like beads, right? So there's that, like underwater. Here's a Chanel one. Little, I can't even tell what those are. Peace sign, okay, infinity, things like that. Okay, so I went and looked, and so far I'm not finding a ton like that. I mean, I'm finding some, but this article is still pretty new, so maybe something just to kind of keep an eye out for, or keep an eye on, right? Love charm bracelets. So here are some on eBay again that, let me see if I have just buy it now selected. Yeah, I do. These are buy it nows. Okay. So this one that's like London, England, that's 20 bucks. I still do see a lot of the solds for that Pandora style. So that being said, they'll still sell. These ones are like I kind of scroll past the ones that say from China because they're like mass produced. I look for ones that are look like mom and pop took pictures of them. Well, hopefully, Madeline, there's going to be a resurgence in them. That's what it looks like. So here's one, 28 vintage sterling silver cloisonné enamel U.S. state map charm bracelet. Oh, cute. Here's one that's a Brighton Christmas one. I think I've got another. I think I have a Christmas chart one. Here's another Christmas one that sold. Let's see. This one is a Mexican charm bracelet. So the article is pretty new. So maybe coming up in the new year, maybe coming up this fall, we might see a little more resurgence in the charm bracelets. Hopefully. Because I'm looking for some more. It just may not have caught up. You know what I mean? So let's see. Next up, we have, this was shared in the group by Juliana Bahar. Hopefully I'm saying your last name correctly, Juliana. And she says, old watch fobs or chains. They look really simple, but they sell well. This one sold for $30. So here's one. I don't think this is hers. Maybe not. Anyway, oh no, it's not. Okay. This is hers that was up here. There we go. And this is one that they found something similar. I was like, wait a minute. There it is. So this vintage watch fob, like there, sold for $30. So I did sorry, my throat's starting to get scratchy. Hey, Cindy's there. How's it going, Cindy Loves Jewelry? Yeah, we're not talking merch today. Sorry. And I'm one to go off on a tangent, so I've got to keep myself on track. But will the haters come give me props for that? No, probably not. That's okay. All right, so again, I went and searched on eBay solds for watch fob chain. And so this kind of has the fob on it too and the chain. The fob is kind of like the weighted piece that it would use to help keep it weighted. So here's one that is a pocket watch, nickel on brass, 53 bucks. The quarter is there for size, I guess. And these are sold. Yeah, these are sold. And again, I kind of try to scroll past ones that look like mass market from China ones. See, Hong Kong, we're going to slide past that one. This one, about 10 bucks. Watch fobs. Here's a cool one, a jet one. We did a tutorial on jet, so 56.25 on that one. So I think also some of these, I did not narrow it down by vintage, so some of these are more modern. So that would be another thing to consider, is that if it looks older or vintage. Yeah, Francis, that's how I got started selling jewelry, was selling tie clips, tie bars, cufflinks, and things like that. Definitely. Here's one that's really cool. It sold for $29.95. Very cool. Okay, then next up. This is was shared by Cheryl Hodge. She said, I don't have one to show, but she said she learned today of a bolo for 60s and 70s Pierre Cardin huge pendants, and I've sold one of these before too. So these are like really big, kind of, I mean, you want to say gaudy, but maybe not gaudy. A lot of them, like these ones, are the zodiac, like Cancer and Pisces and Scorpio, things like that. Let's see what else that we see here. So here's a big modernist one that sold for 167. I have not narrowed it down by buy it now yet, but that's okay. We'll just keep scrolling. Here's a big one that's sterling silver Star of David. Seal fobs. I'm gonna have to look at that, Richard. This one, oh my gosh, it looks like a razor blade. They don't have razor blade in there anywhere either. Okay, that might have helped them. There's another one that's an abstract one. That's pretty cool. It's 100 bucks. So definitely. Now I was looking for the maker's mark. So this one has the name written on it, but I think there are some where it doesn't have the name. Here's one. Let's see if this one has, because that's another thing. Like you need to know, like, how do I know this is a Pierre Cardin? What does the mark look like? Sometimes it's just like, okay, that's easy. It's got the name. So thank you, Pierre Cardin. But I think this is one that maybe has an initial that they use as well. We do have in the group a database where people are sharing their maker's mark. So if you come across a mark that you're like, I don't know what this is, then you can go check that or ask in the group. And then there are websites that we suggest for checking them out as well. So, okay. Next up, let me get down here. This is, you might wonder, why we're sharing you a H&M site. Well, one, if you look at some of the sites that are selling things now, you kind of get a feel for what people are buying. So even though this is something that's selling in a, chain store, you can get a feel for like, oh, okay, these are the trending type things, so I can keep my eyes out for that kind of stuff. Well, let me see, where did here we go. So Carol shared this. She says, H&M is selling rhinestone post earrings, long earrings, hoop earrings, and multi-strand necklaces. They have a lot of good keywords in their descriptions, and I have some rhinestones that I'm getting ready to post to sell. Okay, so that's a really good tip, is if you get stuck on keywords, go and take a look, pardon me, go and take a look at sites like this and see how they are describing their items. Stud earrings in brushed metal with decorative rhinestones and beads in glass and plastic. So the people that are doing these have, they've got the training, the learning for the optimization to get it found, to make it quick and easy so you don't have to write a paragraph to figure out what it looks like. I mean, to figure out what you're getting. So coming to, whether it's here, whether it's other sites that sell jewelry, to see how they word things, how they describe things, and to get some good keywords. So that's what she was saying for that. And she was saying, like, here's a multi-strand necklace. Yeah, it's selling for $9.99, but they've got some good keywords here. So multi-strand necklace with metal with chains in various designs and pendants in the shape of blah, blah, blah. And then also that they said adjustable length, for this piece here, where you can make the chain longer or shorter as you like it. So, oh, thanks, guys. Well, rather we should thanks to Carol. Thanks, Carol. So, I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and just see what is out there as far as now hoop earrings. It's, you gotta, I mean, personally, unless I have got something really cool in a hoop earring, I'm just so hesitant because I always feel like they're a dime a dozen, but I get proven wrong all the time. So I'm so happy to be proven wrong anyway. But I try to find ones that are a little more unusual or have a maker that is known. So another thing she noticed that they were selling were rhinestone earrings. And again, I mean, the same thing. So maybe a little more bling is coming back as well. So yeah, some of the prices are, And then I looked at multi-strand necklaces. And when you do this and you see something that you had that you were like, oh, that's probably just nothing. That's not going to be worth anything. And then you look it up and you're like, oh, I sent that out in a mystery box. Great. But that's what happened when I was looking at the multi-strand necklaces. So I was like, okay, let's see how these multi-strand necklaces are doing. Apparently people like them a lot. There are quite a few that have sold for really good money. So here's a mini pearl one, multi-strand, that sold for a lot. And this one, I mean, that's, pretty good price there. Now this is the one that I was like, this purple beaded crochet necklace. I have had a necklace like this, and I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, who's going to wear that? Oh my God. You just cannot let yourself do that, because whatever's your personal preference is not everybody's personal preference. So that's something really important to remember. And I have to remind myself of that all the time, because Anyway, so this sold for $30, and it's just like this kind of like fabric that's a little bit stretchy. Let me see if I can zoom in on the picture for you. And then there are like beads and stuff woven into it, like so, and you can see that it's like this yarn, like stretchy yarn. I remember pulling this like out of a jar or something, one of the jewelry jars we had, and I was like, oh my God. I remember like laughing about it and being so silly with it. But you know what? I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I'm happy to be here saying, hey, you got to just look it up. You never know. Like same thing with this, like yellow and jasper. Well, it's a jasper, a beaded necklace like with stone. Definitely I would want to list. But if it was just like random plastic beads, I might be like, all right. So look it up, because multi-strand necklaces are something that, look at these pearls though. I'm seeing quite a few with multi-strand pearls, like faux pearls. That's cool. Good to know. Okay, so that's good to know. Multi-strand stuff is out there, and I know I've missed. Yes, right, Mary. So I thought those yarn necklaces and jewelry auctions all the time. I know I've put one in one of my mystery boxes. Oh well, live and learn. But that's the cool thing about getting a mystery box. You never know what you're gonna get. It's gonna be good stuff, hopefully. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pamela, totally. Because we've got Napier experts in our group. I mean, when I say experts, I don't mean that lightly. I mean the lady who wrote the book is in the group. So, Melinda, right? I'm gonna say her name wrong. I'm sure it's Melinda, right, y'all? Mary, y'all know, Cindy. So anyway, we do have a number of like true experts in our group. Another lady in our group wrote a whole other, wrote the book on this other costume jewelry. Anyway, so I'll get off on a whole nother tangent. So yeah, if you are interested in learning more about jewelry, we're going to be doing more videos like this where it's just sort of a general knowledge, kind of everybody pitch in and share some tips. And then we are going to be starting more specific tutorials again in November. I'm narrowing it down. Melinda, yes, okay, good, Mary. I'm so bad with saying the wrong name, so I'm worried it will offend somebody. What was I saying now? There it goes. Whoosh! I'm having one of those days. We were talking earlier because it's raining, and I've decided that the rain here today is from the Bermuda Triangle because I just been getting turned around and blah, 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 whatever. So it's Bermuda Triangle rain. Yes, Melinda wrote the book on Napier, exactly, and so she's in our group. She's been amazing. So anyway, gosh, I was saying something else. Okay, yeah. I'm going to bump the post in the group that I asked for suggestions for what the topic should be, in case you have something you want to add or you want to read through what people have suggested and say, oh yeah, do this. Because I'm narrowing it down. We're drawing to an end, and I've got a few that I'm going between, so I want to see. Yes, Pamela, thank you so much. I'm so glad. She says, friendly bunch, our jewelry group. I agree. That was the whole idea behind it, because I wouldn't, I don't get ugly or anything, but I've been in some groups, and we've actually had people in our group that were not always so kind to new learners, and we're not always, and I didn't want anyone to feel that way, because everybody starts somewhere, and everybody has their area of expertise, and it's okay. It's okay that you may know a ton about this, and I may know a ton about that, and somebody else may know one thing, but that's okay, because that one thing that you know, somebody else may not know it, so we're all learning and collaborating together in a positive way. And Bunko Lady wrote one of the Mormon books. Yes, Bunko Lady. There's a lady, and now this is the thing, I think her name is Pamela, and my brain is just like, poof. I'm pretty sure it's Pamela. Is it Pamela? Oh my gosh, I'm going to feel so horrible, and she's never going to let me forget it, but she's actually in my neighborhood, and so I got to meet her. I'm horrible with names, so once I meet her a couple more times, I'll know it for sure. Okay, yeah, go down there, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this, if you learned just one thing, and if you are in the group, say, hey, I'm in the group. If you are not in the group, then, yeah, Pamela, okay, gosh, look at me, I'm on a roll, yay, names. Yeah, and leave a comment if you're like, oh, I'd really like to see more videos about this. We've done videos about men's accessories. We've done videos about amber, black jewelry, jet. So there's definitely lots out there to explore for us to learn from and learn about, rather. Okay, thanks everybody for coming to hang out. And I made it through and stayed pretty much on topic. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, but anyway, have a great evening, everybody, and go join our group because we'd love to have you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye, y'all. Stop